Okay, so the final product which we are going to talk about now is called SIEM. Security, Information and Events Management. So as the name suggests, events or the logs which are getting generated by almost all devices. So let me tell you which all machine. The very first product which is going to generate logs is firewall. What logs it will generate? Who was accessing whom, which source, which destination, which protocol, whether it was allowed or it was blocked. So those logs are getting generated almost every second in an organization. Allowed, block, allowed. So these are the kind of logs per second, like depending upon how busy your website is, or how busy the internal user are trying to access the external world. Those logs are getting generated. So all these logs will be fed into SIEM tool. Once they are fed, you can make some sense out of it. You will try to find out which IP address try to access my website at very odd hours, or maybe during the holiday, or which is trying to access at sharp at particular time on a particular day of a week, or which is the machine which is trying to access port 80, 81, 82, 83, 84 one by one. So basically it's a port scanning. Firewall will not tell you out of box, but when you push those logs to SIEM tool will be able to tell you somebody is trying to scan your network, because SIEM have the intelligence to find out, okay, this source, this destination, port 80, same source, same destination, now port 81, 82, 83, 84, and now the SIEM has a correlation logic saying that why a normal user will never do that. So somebody is doing it, it's a malicious user, and an alert will be generated. So this is a very simple example of the SIEM logs which are coming from the firewall. Second could be your authentication logs. So when you try to log into a machine, your user is multiple times, you try to log in. If you fail, you type forget password and try to log in, right? But a malicious will keep trying guessing the password for brute force, one password after the other. So if you don't have a product like SIEM, you will never be able to know that somebody is trying to do brute force. Why somebody in the midnight will try to attempt access to the server, try to attempt and accessing the server with 10 wrong passwords back to back, correct? So that intelligence, when you feed to the SIEM will generate an alert, and on this server somebody is trying to do a brute force attack. If you don't have it, this machine may not be able to tell you that level of intelligence. Okay. Now the third component which you can feed the logs in, you can send an IPS logs, intrusion prevention. So this tool is going to push you the logs in SIEM, and now your SIEM tool will be able to tell firewall was blocking this particular IP address, and with same IP address I am getting some attack. So basically when I allowed a port to be accessed like a website, now on that website I am getting IPS alert as well. So that means there is a malicious user, it's not a normal user. So immediately try to block that user. So these two devices are correlated, and you get an intelligence in SIEM to quickly respond. If you don't correlate it, maybe you will be able to find out quite late. Maybe in IPS you will see some signature, you may say, okay, it could be by mistake somebody is trying to send something, right? But if you have a firewall, you will exactly have, the confidence level goes very high, and you will immediately try to block it. Similarly, you try to send endpoint logs, web proxy logs, correct? The more data you feed into SIEM, you make it more intelligent, is the objective. So this is a very, very crucial component of your entire infrastructure. And you bring all these logs here, and then there are people who are watching into the monitor 24/7, and all these correlations getting happen, and low, medium, high critical attacks are getting automatically correlated, and it will generate all kind of alerts so that people can take action on top of it, or try to do some kind of due diligence, trying to find out if something is wrong, and then escalate to their managers or to the technical heads in order to take some kind of action. Because trust me, all organizations are always under attack. If you have these tools, it will immediately tell you that yes, your company is under attack. And then you need people to react to that kind of situations. Okay, so SIAM is the tool. Sometimes some people call SIAM, somebody called SIM, somebody called SIEM. So there are various names, various flavors, the way people pronounce this product, right? Very interesting tool, and it is picking up a lot in India of late, and across the world it is a must tool for almost all organizations. So who are the top vendors for SIEM if you really want to get into this field? So SIAM, like the top vendor is Splunk, then there is a QRadar from IBM, then there is an ArcSight, there is a Logarithm, RSA. So these are the top vendors. So these are the companies which make products. And when people buy it, you need some people to configure it, monitor it, bring all the logs inside that tool and give it to the people who are monitoring the security events 24/7. So I hope with this basic explanation of all the security components which we have discussed so far. We started with firewall, port-based access. Allowed, not allowed. Who can access whom? No more intelligence into that. Then you created an IPS. You are allowed, but you cannot bring malicious packets inside to outside, right? If you have certain vulnerabilities on your web server, you cannot send a packet which will exploit that vulnerability. You bought IPS product. Now hackers were able to bypass that as well. So you bought a product called proxy, web security gateway, URL filtering, so that you control your users who get infected when they go to and access the internet. Because firewall and IPS will allow it, because you have to allow internet to your employees. But on the internet, what all they can access is controlled by the web security gateway. That is the third product. The fourth product is when you are inside the office, it's fine. But when you leave the office, you have your laptop and then there's an internet and you are still vulnerable, right? So you bring this, a group of products like antivirus, URL filtering, hard disk encryption, the disk encryption, pen drive encryption, anti-ransomware, sandboxing, another tool which is picking up the cloud-based, like you pick up a file, goes to internet and open up the file and then see whether it's malicious or not. If it is good, you are allowed to open it. So those kind of technologies which are getting generated, you can deploy on the endpoint tool. Endpoint products, right? Symantec and there are other companies, McAfee, Trend Micro, they are the one who develop. Checkpoint also makes a very good product for endpoint. Fourth was when you are so tightly now, the blue team has completely packed, and there is very, very difficult for the malicious user to now get inside your network. So then they will try to use the most sophisticated and most used tool in any organization, which is an email. So when somebody sends an email, you have to open up and check what is inside it. Correct? There is no tool which will be automatically able to prevent that, because you cannot restrict. Somebody cannot send me a mail from Gmail or Yahoo, or for that matter any vendor, because there could be business transactions happening. So the way you cannot control who can access my website, similarly you cannot access or control who can send me an email. So once the email is received, and if that email contains a malicious URL where it will play with your mind and forces you to click on that link so that you get some kind of discount or some kind of job or anything based on the persona, and you click it, you go outside and you get infected, right? So for that, there is a separate product, email security gateway. Barracuda and all those companies are there which are making some really good product. Trend Micro, Symantec are also making email security gateway products very nicely, and they are there to protect you, correct? And finally the SIEM, which collect all the logs from all these vendors and give you a 24/7 visibility of your entire infrastructure all the time at your tips. So I hope you had a good understanding about the security domain now, from both the sides, from the attacker side and also from the defense side, and you continue learning and doing all those the good things what you are doing. I wish you all the best and happy learning. Thank you.